So just want to kind of go over current car market. I follow a bunch of other people, which I'm probably going to put in my little description here of the video. But one thing that I found out to get the best price in town, and I'll make some other videos about how I've been purchasing vehicles, and trying to find good deals and also make sure the car's not all messed up. A lot of people, rule number one, go to mechanic and pay for that mechanic to do a pre-buy inspection. It should be around $120 or $180, depending on where you live in town, maybe even $90, or you got a friend. Or bring your mechanic with you. But if it's a big red flag, if the person you're buying the car, either private party or dealership, does not let you take it, that's a big red flag. 2, always run the VIN. There's a couple different websites. You can ask for the Carfax, but there's a place called vinhistory.com. It tells you if the car was an accident, auction, what was the last purchase price on that vehicle, all that kind of stuff. A lot of dealerships and people are kind of throwing out Kelley Blue Book and the book value, as they call it. Everybody's kind of throwing out the window. So you kind of got to see what's within your budget. And also, if you're gonna get the car financed, do 60-month or 50-month loan on it and see where you're at on your monthly payments. Is it worth it for the mileage? If it's a car that's got 95,000 miles, you got to consider your monthly pricing, and also your interest rate. So be smart out there. Was that number 3 now? The thing I've been doing is I've actually been working with a mechanic who also sells vehicles on the side. He has a dealer's license and everything. I'm only buying Japanese cars right now, and also making sure that there's some sort of maintenance record. That's the biggest thing, because everybody's trying to sell these cars $5,000, $7,000 over really what their value. And when I say the value, I mean like how much does it cost for maintenance down the road? Because everybody's thinking and looking at the price now, but I'm looking at mileage and also maintenance down the road. So Toyota, Honda, Lexus, Acura, Infiniti, those are the kind of brands I'm trying to stick with. I was messing around with a lot of Jeeps and Fords and Chevys, but that's kind of stupid. My Jeeps have been great so far, minus my one Jeep that I bought it from a bad seller because there's a bunch of accident stuff I couldn't find myself. And that's another reason why pre-buys are so valuable. Number 3, I kind of already went over it, but run the VIN, look at it, and go see the car in person. Never offer a price until you actually see the car in person, drive it, and make sure you check it at high RPMs, over 75 miles per hour. Check the fluids, look at the maintenance records. If they got no maintenance records, use that as a negotiation tool. That's a big thing. It's like, I treat this like buying a house. Look at the house and see what it needs. If it needs new tires, that's huge where I live out west in Colorado. Tires are going by really quickly. What else? Yeah, oil changes, fluids. If your car's around, 60 to 80,000 miles you're looking to purchase, all those fluids, that's the time for the fluids got to be changed, Talking about power steering, brake fluid, coolant fluid, transmission fluid, all these things, when you're buying these cars with high value miles on them, that's critical. So just want to kind of share some advice. That's the best thing for buyers. And what I'm going to plan on doing is making a list of like a checklist on what you should look at when you're buying a car. But the easiest thing is you could do, in the most efficient and affordable way, go pay a mechanic for his time, because his knowledge or her knowledge is so valuable. Pay them, like $90 to $100 some for their 1 hour of time. It's so worth it. They're going to crawl underneath the car. They might even help you negotiate the price. It's so valuable. And build a relationship with that mechanic, because if you end up doing a Turo fleet or a fleet for your small business, let's say you got a landscaping business, something like that, having a good mechanic in your corner and you treat them right, they're going to lead you right the way. You got to build a relationship with a mechanic, because they're going to treat you right if you treat them right. It's that simple. I think the best saying that I've ever heard was, good work ain't cheap and cheap work ain't good, bottom line. And you got to do that. So I'm just kind of trying to share my knowledge after being burned a couple times. But I now have a couple friends that are mechanics, and I've talked to people that are in my position for what I'm trying to do with my fleet of vehicles, and also too, like, what can I do to lower my maintenance costs and save my money and, potentially reinvest that. So that's my goal. Peace.